Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. You already know who this is. One topic I would like to talk to you guys about today is the topic of of first time mothers age or like just birth ages from ranges in general amongst different groups. I just found some interesting stuff like for this graph right here off of US News, you'll see that between the ages of 15 and 19, it seems like the black women were about, I would say, about 3 to 4 times more likely to be a mother between 15 and 19, which is just ridiculous. And between 20 and 24, it appears, the numbers, the two demographics, they get a lot closer, but you could still see, which is, still relatively young mothers, between 20 and 24, it seems like the black women were still about, yeah, I should say about 40% more likely still to be a mother and have a baby between the ages of 20 and 24. But then it gets dead even between 25 and 29 for the blacks and whites. Partially because I guess a lot of whites are graduating college or getting skills or staying at the job for a couple of years by the time that time comes. So the whites want to start making babies. And for them, that is actually the most likely chance of them being a mother. And for the black women, they start to decline, drastically at that point to equal out to what the whites are doing. But that's partially because it's like I guess they already had enough children, but before the ages of 24, and starting to drop. And white women are just starting to get into their careers. But then you go to the 30 through 34 range, and blacks drop significantly compared to the whites. Again, because a lot of whites are getting out of college and getting established in their career, getting married, so have you. And a lot of blacks at that point is like, look, I'm 34 years old. I'm lucky if I ain't a grandmother by then. Sadly to say, for a lot of those people in that demographic. Then you go down to 35 to 39 range, and it's still, I guess, maybe those whites that are coming out of medical school finally made partner at the law firm or finally made head accountant, at the bank or financial institution, so have you. So that explains that. And then you can't see it all the way together, but I could kind of, see from the 40 through, I guess, 44 age range, it's, blacks still trail a little bit as far as having children within that age group, but it's still almost similar. You can't really see it too well. But people having children in their 40s at any age is very rare. So I wouldn't really recommend it, especially if you're a woman. And then I also found an article which is very informative. It read, you read along with me, among blacks and Hispanic mothers, births peak among women in their early 20s. For white and Asian mothers, birth peaks among women in their late 20s and early 30s. Looking at educational attainment differences amongst groups, most whites and Asian mothers are college educated, while most Hispanics and black mothers are not. In 2009, according to the National Center for Health Statistics, 41% of births were unmarried mothers, but the share varied amongst different groups. 53% of Hispanic mothers were unmarried, as for 29% of the whites, and 73% of the black women were unwed mothers. And it's just something that we really got to change amongst this community and letting each other know what's acceptable and what's not, because too many times we think something is acceptable. It's just like having kids before age 20 is just ridiculous in today's society, especially even before 24, 25. You got to get your mental together, marriage, education, goals, everything that goes along with that, health and everything you have to make sure is right before you had a child. Now, I mean, they left out Asians, but I mean, of course, they're probably still, for the most part, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure probably 90% of them are married when they have children. But, they always like to leave the Asians out, like when they talk about incarceration rates. They'll have a side note, like, yeah, Asians are the least likely to get in trouble. But they don't never put that on a graph with the other three main races. I wonder why. But that's just my 2 cents, and everybody just take heed. I mean, because 73% of our women being unwed mothers is not a good thing at all, and we hold a big, as black men, we hold basically half of that responsibility, some shape, form, or another to ourselves. So, something we really got to look into. Leave a comments, like, and subscribe. Thank you.